You take the girl out of New Jersey. So I stayed home for this whole year to write my autobiography. I have to confess that by the end of it, even I was well and truly over Janice Ian. I had a good time. I did freak out a little the first month. I was a little intimidated. Just the vast scope of my existence. Too much for even me to contemplate, yes. It's hard because as a performer, you do need that ego. You know, you need a certain amount of, I'm fabulous, aren't I? To get up in front of 300, 400, 500 strangers and trust that they will not throw things and will also stay in their seats for most of the show. So you do need that, and yet I can well understand my partner's take on it when she walks into the house, takes one look at my face and goes, "Ah, you're having angst again." In my world, more me is usually a good thing, but after 3 months of researching myself, I wasn't so sure anymore. The problem is that, first of all, I wanted the book to live up to the songs, which meant no ghostwriter. Oh, some lady yesterday said, "You wrote all this by yourself." And I said, "Yes," and she said, "Really?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Not even a hidden ghostwriter?" And I said, "No." And she said, "You're so special." Okay. But I did. I wanted it to live up to the songs. And the other thing is, there's this tendency when you're a songwriter and you start writing prose to just get really precious about yourself. You know, and you start using big words and sentences that make no sense to anyone but yourself at some point late at night. And I was worried about that, so I kept thinking about that. What did I really want to say? Now, I don't know about you people. You're from San Francisco, so this is obviously a whole different thing. But living in Tennessee, when I read somebody's autobiography, I'm not that interested in what they think. I don't really care how they write songs or why they write songs. I want to read trash. Really. I want to know who they slept with, when they slept with them, why did they sleep with them, was it any good to sleep with them, why did they stop sleeping with them, and would they sleep with them again, give them a chance. You know, I mean, I want Beach Read, I want Grisham, I want Chance, I own the collected Joan Collins. Right? What does this tell you about me? So my partner, Pat, comes home one day. I was sitting at the computer in tears. And she looks at me and she says, "Angst again." "What's the matter?" I said, "I can't write this book. I have to give back the money." She said, "Wait, let's talk." She's an attorney. She said, "Why can't you write this book? What's the matter with you?" And I said, "I haven't led a very interesting life. I mean, look at all these people who write these autobiographies. They lead these fascinating lives. They know presidents. They know heroes of the revolution. You know, who did I know?" She said, "You haven't led a very interesting life." And I said, "That may be, but I've never slept with anybody remotely interesting or famous." Such an error. Such a huge mistake. You know people who can quell you with a look? Just that number 33 look. So I said, "Look, let's be serious about this. In the 60s, when I had the opportunity, I was 14. 70s came and went, I was working. 80s, I was monogamous. Then came the age of AIDS. I totally wasted the entire sexual revolution by my lights. And then, of course, came the 90s, dear, and I met you, and I have never looked at anyone else since." She looked at me and she said, "Let me get this straight. So you're going to give back this money and not write this book solely because you haven't slept with anybody famous in your life?" I said, "Yes." And she looked at me and cocked her eyebrow and said, "Janice, lie." I know you and I'll agree. What this world needs is a lot more me. Well, I have found a rhythm Gonna write my autobiography. I've led a fascinating life. I had a husband and a wife. But you will truly be